How many people here working in a 9-to-5 job are going to be bringing in $1 million 5 years from now?
Yeah.
Nobody. It sounds like a long time.
Now, okay, when you're getting started with SEO, I know because I've been dabbling in SEO myself, but finding the right keywords to target, like you were talking about getting that low-hanging fruit, you mentioned that earlier in the podcast. How do you know what keywords are going to get you the right kind of traffic? So I could go rank for, like you said, pink towels, but if my podcast is about online business, that's obviously going to do me no freaking good getting those visitors.
Exactly. So what you have to do, the tool I recommend is it's free. Just keep Google keyword tools, right? So you go in there and you type in generally the high level keyword that you're looking for. Let's just say online business, right? You go into Google and you type in online business into their keyword tool. It'll tell you how many people look for online business, but it'll give you thousands of other options that are related, right, to online business courses, online business videos, whatever, and it'll just keep going down, up and down that list. Generally, what I recommend for anybody starting out, because it'll tell you how many people look for it, right? So online courses, online business, probably 1 million people a month, right? Way out of the range of most people to rank for that, because 1 million people a month look for it. That means big companies are paying money to rank for that. If you're starting off, what you need to do is you sort by monthly search volume, and then you scroll down to the point where there's between 100 to 500 people looking for it. That's usually the range where I start, because 100 to 500 people is not worth it for Amazon to go after, right? They're not going to bother optimizing for something with 100 searches a month. You're just starting. General rule of thumb that I say is, if you do SEO and get on the first page, generally the top 5, you'll convert 1% of those people. So 100 people, 100% look a month, you'll get 1 client out of that. Depends on what the industry you're in. That could actually be awesome, right? If you're a coach and you charge $2,000 a month for your coaching and you get 1 client because you wrote an article and you rank for that really low thing, that's amazing. If you have a bigger business, that can still add up. Like, you're selling products. 1 sale a month isn't bad, but let's say you wrote that 1 article and you got 1 sale a month, and you write 3 articles a week. So by the end of the first month, we wrote 12 and you're making 12 sales, right? And then by the end, you're making 144 sales a month, right? Because you got all these little keywords and you're getting 1 sale out of it. 144 sales a month. If you're making like $50 a pop, you're like, hey, we're getting somewhere. Now you hire a writer, and then instead of 3, they're doing 6. So by the end of the next year, you see how it goes up, right? You're making 1,000 sales a month. It's not the thing about bootstrapping, and I think the thing about online business that a lot of people don't understand is bootstrapping will not get you a $1 million business in 30 days. That's not the way it works. Very little. There are very few people. The only people who get rich off of 30 days courses are the people selling you 30-day courses. They didn't actually do it. They just sold you the course on how to do it, and they became rich. But they don't actually do that. Building a business takes time. But let's just talk about what I just we just did 144 items a month by the end of the first year, and I don't have the math off the top of my head. Let's say that goes up to 500 items a month by the end of the second year, 1,000 items a month by the end of the third year. By the 5th year, let's say you're doing 3,000 items a month. In 5, and that's probably going to get you up to, let's say, at least $500,000, if not $1 million business at that point, right? How many people here working in a 9-to-5 job are going to be bringing in $1 million 5 years from now?
Yeah.
Nobody. It sounds like a long time. Let's say it took 10 years for you to build $1 million business. How many people 10 years from now are going to have $1 million coming in if they stay in their job and they get their 3% raise every year, from their boss? Nobody. It takes time to build a business if you're bootstrapping, but 10 years to change your life, 5 or 10 years to change your life? I mean, I know it sounds like a lot if you're just starting, but trust me, 10 years down the road, you're like, damn, why didn't I start 10 years ago? Now my life would be different. So that's what I've done. It took me 7 years to build my first 7-figure business. It wasn't an overnight success. It took me 4 years to actually start making as much as I would have made as a programmer. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would have been, for those first 4 years, I would have given up. I'm like, yeah, I could have gotten coding and a lot less stress, and I would have made more money working for somebody else. But you got to get past that, and it's just, we don't have that 20% growth every month like you see on all these other internet startups that have millions of dollars. No, I grow 1 or 2% every month, maybe 10, 15% a year. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah. I never got a 15% raise at any of my jobs. I mean,